There's one other thing that I thought was just incredibly, not just interesting and fun, but really inspiring, and that was where we just came from. Meeting these young women who have entered the cybersecurity field. And it's remarkable because it doesn't matter where you are in the world, there's just this extraordinary shortage of women entering cybersecurity.
Yes.
And I was so struck by their comments, and one in particular, the woman who talked about coming from a humble background, and suddenly she finds herself with this opportunity to have such an impact. And I guess that to me is something of the dream that has been possible for so many people who've entered technology. And to meet people here in the next generation, really breaking their own new ceiling, if you will. I always enjoy that part of a trip.
It's probably been one of my favorites, to be honest, is seeing not just a new generation, but a different generation. You know, for so long, and you alluded to this, the world was defined because of where it was. And I mean, that's history, that's time. But as you said, what India has done and how it's grown during the pandemic, you can see not just in the country, not just in some of these companies we speak to, not just in some of the, the tech entrepreneurs that we meet, but you see it in a program like Cyber Siksha, where you have these young women who are essentially at the forefront of building up, a cybersecurity army, and they're going to be the ones who, in many ways, build up what will become an industry that is, going to be fundamental because of how much the industry is going to grow. And I think what's particularly interesting about it is where they come from in their lives, in the country, coming from smaller regions in India, coming from smaller cities, coming from smaller families, and understanding that this will now be the path that leads them, and the rest of the people in their lives to a better world. And at the same time, what they're doing is protecting everybody in the world, with their data, their information, their money, their livelihood. Yeah. And I loved seeing the, in many ways, the natural cohesion between those stories. I think that's the most inspiring thing I've seen about India is it is a country where, despite where it is, it does not seem to be limited in the idea of what it could be. And so maybe that's been the most exciting part of this journey, even where we are right now. You're in a country where, everyone would think, nothing is possible because of all the limitations, because of where it's been, the poverty or the gap of rich to poor, etc. And yet, the space program is one of the most advanced in the world. They've figured out ways to launch rockets at a fraction of the price. They've figured out ways to continue growing a country that's the size of Europe. We've learned so many things on this trip, and I think that's probably been the most inspiring part of coming to India, is understanding why it is what it is, understanding that fundamentally it's just the people who navigate through the traffic in everything from a bus all the way to a rickshaw, and still find a way to get where they're going.
I think that's right. And speaking of getting somewhere, I know when people have asked us on this trip, what were we looking forward to in coming to India? Both you and I had a similar reaction. The food. It's time for dinner. Should we go?
I feel like we just had lunch, and I feel like we just had a snack, and I feel like we just...
I remember the worst encounter I had with the TSA was out in Burbank, California. Tiny little airport, and I was flying out, and I was coming to New York, right? And so I'm in Burbank Airport, and I go through security, and then for some reason I was beeping. I don't know why. I walk to the metal detector, and I'll beep. Go out, beep. Go out, beep. Go out. And every time I have to take something off, I gotta beep. And the agent, he's just losing it. The whole time he's like, take that off, take it off. And I'm going like, beep, 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 beep. He's like, take that off, take it off. And I come back, he's like, take that off. And he's getting more and more angry. I'm basically naked right now, and he's losing it. Like I felt like an underperforming stripper. It was horrible. He's just like, And finally he's like, you know what, just get out here. So I walk to the side, he's like, go ahead and put your hands up. I put my arms up. And he whipped out a little personal metal detector. Yeah, it looks like a midget sword, right? But they call it the wand. That's what they call it, the wand. And so he whips that out, yeah, because that $100,000 machine, that's play. Shit just got real. And so he looks at me and says, go ahead and stick your hands up, sir, and just keep them right there. So I put my arms up, and he scans me. He's like, You got any metal objects on you? I'm like, well, Well, then what was that for? If you were going to ask me anyway, then what was this? The foreplay to my honesty? What is this? Why? And then, as if he can't do this right, he calls for backup. He goes, I'm gonna need you wait. Can we get Velasquez to gate 10, please? Velasquez to gate 10. And he calls for a man by the name Velasquez, who I'm assuming was the best wander that they had. Because he wasn't even on the floor. They called for him, and Velasquez emerged from the back offices of the TSA. And he walked out, and the energy changed. People bowed their heads as he walked past. Everyone gave him a little nod. You could see he was special, and he didn't look like it. He didn't look like much. You know, Velasquez was a little Mexican man, very long mustache, big chest, and he was very short, really, really short guy. But he didn't feel short. Like, he looked short, but he didn't feel short. Do you know what I mean? Like he had this thing. You know those short people that are so confident, it looks like they just chose to grow low. He had that energy. And so Velasquez walks down towards where I'm standing with my agent. My guy tries to apologize, says, I don't know what's going on. I silenced him with one move of his hand. He's like, no, I go. And he stepped up, he looked me in the eye, and he's like, sir, you got to stand for side and not give for that, okay? Don't touch nothing on the movie, okay? None of that. And I didn't know what he was saying. But I knew what he meant. And so I stood there, I raised my arms, and as I did, he whipped out his wand. And he started using it all over me, and as soon as he did, I knew why he was who he was. It was the most magical thing I've ever come across in my life. The way he wielded that wand was unlike anything I've ever experienced. I felt like I was being blessed. I just stood there with my head down as he went all over me, just blessing me with his power. It was something special. It was like a force and energy. It's so, like on the outside, you still heard that beeping. It was like, ee, but in my head, I heard a lightsaber. That's what I heard. I heard like, it was like, because he was to me, a little Mexican Jedi. In fact, that's exactly what he was. He was my Mexican Jedi. Which, by the way, I feel would be a welcome addition to the Star Wars franchise. No, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I was super excited when I found out they'd be making another one. I was losing my mind. I went back and watched all the movies, and I came to realize that there's no Mexican Jedis, not even one. There's no Mexican Jedis. Which is weird. Because when you look at it, technically speaking, Star Wars is a vision of America in a distant future. So, surely it would be safe to say, judging by the current trajectory of Mexican people in America, I'm sure it would be safe to say that by that time, in a galaxy far, far away, there would be at least one. Just one Mexican Jedi. It's not even like it would spoil the story. Who knows, it might open up a whole new avenue. Can you imagine how different that epic scene between Luke and Darth could have been? Them battling it out on the Death Star. The moment of realization. Luke. What do you want, you evil man? Luke. What do you want from me? No. Luke, man. Luke. It's your father, man.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
They love the Muslims now, but they'll never use Indian people. They just don't have the dangerous sound to them. It's got to be the classic scene in the movie, you know? It's got to be the United Nations gathered around a table. Then on the big screen comes that terrorist announcement. The assistant runs in. Sir, it's a message from the terrorist Boris. And they switch on the screen. Pew! And then Boris comes on. Hello, United Nations. It is I, Boris. Boris Kablechnikov. I have placed bombs all over the world in major city. And if you don't pay me $1 billion US, I will make world go kaboom. You've got 1 hour. That's Vidania. And they'd be like, oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? They'd be scrambling for the money. They'd be, oh, what are we gonna do? We'd never have an Indian guy doing that. Just wouldn't be the same. Assistant running into the room. Sir, it's the infamous terrorist, Rajesh. They'd switch on the big screen. Pew! And there he'd be. Is it on? Okay. Hello? Hello, UN. Hello, namaste. Namaste. How are you, uncle, auntie? Pleasure. My name is Rajesh, and I have placed bombs strategically all over the world. Now, if y'all don't pay me $1 billion US, I will proceed to make the entire world go kaboom. They'll be like, but Rajesh, we don't have money, Rajesh, we don't have money, it's the credit crunch. Okay, how much you got then?
How was I going to be a comedian without a voice? You need the voice to do comedy. No voice, no comedy, nothing I can do. I was stressed. It was over. Then I thought, no, you know what, Trevor? It's never over. You commit. You believe. Maybe you'll be the comedian without the voice. Yes. Oh, yeah, you laugh at me. You laugh. But look at Oscar Pistorius. Huh? Look at him. Yes, no legs. No legs. But he didn't let that stop him from becoming a killer. No. Yeah. Because you can say what you want about him, but he truly made us see those people as equals, didn't he? Yeah. Before that, you're like paraplegic. I mean, they're the same, but not really the same. But I mean, they're the same, but not really. Now you're like, no, they're the same. Hey, they're the same. Yeah, they're the same. Yes. Before that, now anything's possible. Yeah, you'd be like, who kicked this dog? I think it was that guy. Yeah, but it doesn't have legs. Hey, you never know with this one's, my man. They showed us things, eh?
You know, the worst thing about the Guptas for me, other than the blatant corruption and the state capture, would have to be the fact that I felt betrayed by my president. I'll tell you why I felt betrayed, because I'm not naive enough to believe that there will ever be no corruption in a society, right? And as South Africans, you also have to acknowledge that corruption and government go hand in hand. I know that seems like a pessimistic view, but it's true all over the world. Don't be fooled by first world countries where they go like they don't have corruption. I don't care if it's Australia, I don't care if it's Canada, there's corruption. They've just found ways to legalize it, they've found ways to obscure it, but there's corruption. The difference is, though, we need to get good at functional corruption. Our corruption is extreme, guys. We get a tender for 10 bridges, we build nothing. No, guys, build 9, still 1. At least have some progress. Eh? Now there's no bridge. My man, what happened to the bridge? It was supposed to be there, just imagine. Just imagine it was there. What are you talking about? No, it's the thought that counts, don't worry. Stealing from yourselves when you're being that corrupt, man. We've got to work to be better. That's what broke my heart. Because I don't know how much of it is true or not. What I do know is, if Jacob Zuma was allowing the Guptas to control our country and choose our ministers, then it wasn't my president being corrupt to me, it was the Guptas telling him what to do. It's like Julius said,
the Guptas were in his ear all along. They were inside his ear all along.
And you know the way Julius sounded, it sounded amazing. Because like, I get the phrase when they go, they were in his ear. But he said they were inside his ear. It sounded like the Guptas were actually inside Jacob Zuma's ear. Which actually would have made sense when you think about it. What if they were inside his ear the entire time? How do we know that every single time Jacob Zuma was speaking to us as a nation, he was actually telling us what the Guptas were saying to him? Like he had one of those earpieces that they have on those hidden camera shows. You know? Like he was there in Parliament, outside Parliament. There was a van with the Guptas sitting inside it.
Hello, Jacob. 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 I've activated your earpiece. You're going to repeat everything that I tell you, okay? Jacob, Jacob. Can you hear me, Jacob? Can you hear me? Roger, Roger, Roger. No, it's a tool. This is a tool here, Jacob. I know who it is, guys. I've got it. I know who it is. Okay, let's just make sure levels are all correct, Jacob. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, what do you want to do? No, 1, 2 like 3. 1, 2 like 3. 1, 2 like 3. Oh, okay. I've got you guys, so I must just repeat everything that you say. Yes, you're going to repeat everything, Jacob. Okay, it's going to be very complicated. I'm trying to listen to you while also speaking. We understand, Jacob, but you know, we've already made a plan, you and us. So repeat everything that I say, okay? Okay, I will repeat everything.
And that's probably why things went wrong. Because I don't know if you've ever tried to listen to someone while talking to someone else. Your mind jams. Yeah, that's why Jacob Zuma could never deliver a speech. It's not that he couldn't read, he couldn't listen. He couldn't listen and speak at the same time. I used to watch him and be like, what's going on, Jacob? Kinkari, your YouTube is buffering. What's happening here? This is why data must fall. But it turns out he was just listening the entire time. There he was in Parliament. The praise singer said his name as he came.
Get this thing inside. Wagenu Jacob. Nangu president was in South Africa. Jacob Zuma.
Jacob Zuma came out to the podium. His earpiece was ready.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Proud South Africans, proud South Africans, and Indians especially, and Indians especially. We are doing well in this country. We are doing well in this country, and also don't listen to the news. Don't listen to the newspaper. The newspapers, even though what they say, even though what they say is right sometimes. Also, there is no problem with the ANC. Also, there is no problems with the ANC. The membership is growing. Membership is growing. We currently have 939,360,000. 939,000. No, 39 million. 39 million. 60 and 62. No, 39, 390 million, 600, 390, no, I said 900 million, 62,000, no, Jacob, you're missing the point, 100 million, no, Jacob, come on, man, listen properly, listen properly. Listen properly. No, Jacob. Listen properly. 900 million. Give me a pen there. Hey, Pelele. No, Jacob. 100 million. 39 million. 63,000. Oh. What are you doing? Jacob, no, man. That was just a tickle and a cough. Tickle as a church cough. Okay, this is going wrong, Jacob. Abort, Jacob. Abort. I bought.
They were in his ear the entire time.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
Because you see, Jacob Zuma, unlike the rest of us, doesn't conform. He doesn't conform to the norms, you know? Doesn't conform to the laws of grammar and punctuation as we mere mortals. No. No. Not our president. Comma, for who? For you, maybe, not me. Comes out there, confidence, cadence, wherever he pleases. Reading out.
We have and always will be proud members of the ANC. And as such, we are proud supporters of the development of rural areas. And as such, it is of utmost importance to note that 2011 is the year for us all to participate. And so forth. Let it not be a blame game. Let us understand that I, Jacob Zuma, am not a country on my own.
Some of you may or may not know, I got a job. This is fantastic for me. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. That's how my grandmother put it, funny enough. I phoned my grandmother to tell her that I'd be working on The Daily Show, and she was really excited. She was like, "Ooh, Trevor, I'm so happy for you. Well done, you got a job." I said, no, Granny, I already had a job. And she's like, "No, you didn't. Did you have an office?" I said, "No." She's like, "Then it wasn't a job." That's all she cares about. My mom was a bit better. I called her to tell her the news. And to give you a bit of a backstory, I've got two younger brothers. Right? One brother is 9 years younger than me, and then the youngest is 20 years younger than me. Right? And so the youngest just became one of the student council members in his school. Right? So he got onto the student council. So I phoned my mom to tell her my good news. I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, "Oh, Mom, I don't know if you heard, I'm going to be on The Daily Show." And she's like, "Oh, my baby, I'm so excited. Oh, praise Jesus. This is wonderful. Well done, baby. I'm so happy for you. And did you hear what happened to your brother?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" She's like, "Oh, he's on the student council at his school. Oh, I'm so excited. Both my boys are doing big things in the world. I'm so happy. Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, some things are bigger than others." She's like, "No, it's all the same." I was like, "You say that, but I mean, you know. Come on, you know." She's like, "Okay, fine. You were never student council, so let's cheer for you." You're like, "What?" Have you guys seen our president? Huh? Have you seen him lately? Oh man, he's back. He's back and better than ever before, you know? The last few months have been so taxing on him. People fighting with him in Parliament, shouting things at him. He's been stressed, sitting in a corner, quiet, all to himself. And then he found out that he would be paying nothing, absolutely nothing for the upgrades at Nkandla.
And he walked into Parliament, a new man. Had a bounce in his step. He had his swag back. Jacob 2.0. I mean, he's still doing the same things, making the same mistakes, but now he has a certain level of panache. I saw him mess up a speech the other day, stumbled on a word like he always does. This time, though, he didn't frown, he didn't get stressed. He just worked through it.
And here we can clearly see there are red marble. A marble red marble. A premeditated.
Just came back and he handled it. I love how he just stepped away and did the cutest little, I don't even know what he was doing there. He just does like a little, almost like he's just moving his brain to the other side of his head. Like he knows when it's in the wrong place, it doesn't, he just shook it up. And he came back in. Even the way he handled the scandal was powerful. We thought for sure that Nkandla would be his downfall, and yet Jacob Zuma took something so serious, he turned it into a joke and threw it back in our faces.
Where we are clearly living in a place where there is a poverty of politics, people asking questions, but they don't want answers, questions, more answers. We're investigating, they ask again, questions, more answers. Then in Parliament, we're here, point of order, yes, Nkandla. Oh, I said George Koch.
Who's this guy? Huh? He's just shrugging it off, evading, maneuvering. Never mind the Nkandla joke. I love the fact that he rolled his eyes. That blew my mind. I've never seen Jacob Zuma do that. He looked over and he was like, oh. When did Jacob Zuma start rolling his eyes? That's not something he does. Jacob Zuma doesn't roll his eyes, guys. Yeah, in fact, presidents don't roll their eyes. It's not a very presidential thing to do in Parliament, to roll your eyes at the opposition. Even the most defiant rulers in the world don't roll their eyes. When the UN is telling the leader of North Korea to stop making nuclear weapons, you don't see Kim Jong-un going, oh, whatever. You don't roll your eyes. But Jacob Zuma did, and he did it in style. I want to know where he learned it, how he learned it. Has he been doing this for a while? Yeah, because rolling your eyes is part of an attitude. You don't just roll your eyes. If you roll your eyes, you got that sass, you bitchy, you know? Is he doing more than that? Now I see Jacob in a totally different light. Now I'm picturing him hanging out with the rest of the ANC comrades, chatting about these problems. President, they want to know where's the money, Mr. President. Where did the money go? And he's like, I'm in relicas. Over and over, they keep asking me. I mean, literally, I'm dying now. Like, can't they get over it? Like that music guy, get a life already. Jeez, just because you hang with white chicks. I mean, please, whatever. Is that what he's doing? And if he is, where did he learn that? Where do you learn to roll your eyes at that age? That's what I want to know. It's not your friends. It's not your colleagues. It's probably your kids. Yeah, you learn bad habits at home. Jacob Zuma probably learned it from one of his children in the house. One of his daughters, maybe. She was going out for a night with her friends, caught her as she was leaving.
Hey, Wentombazan, where are you going dressed like that?
Dad, I told you, I'm going out with my friends. I'm going to a party.
First of all, you are already in a party. Secondly, no daughter of mine will dress like that. Go and change.
Oh, Dad, what are you doing? You're killing me. Come on, why are you doing this? I can dress however I want. I'm old enough.
Hey, you will do as I say. As long as you are living under my roofs. which I have paid for with other people's monies. You will obey me. Go and change.
Dad, come on. Why are you doing this? Everyone else dresses like this. All the other kids do it.
Are all the other kids my children?
You never know.
Eh? Don't come in this house with that DA attitude. Go and change now. Whatever. What was that? What did you just do?
I didn't do anything, Daddy.
Don't lie to me. I saw it. You did something with your eyes. It looked like the Undertaker. But they came back. What was that?
I just rolled my eyes, Dad.
Girl, it made me feel so insignificant. What you did there made me feel like you did not acknowledge the seriousness of this situation. Can you teach me how to do that?
Yeah, like, it's easy. Like, you just roll your eyes. If someone says something you don't like, then you're just like, whatever.
Whatever.
No, Dad, whoa, that's too much. That's too much. You just gotta loosen up, you know? Just be like, whatever.
Whatever. I think I got it.
No, you don't have it, Dad. You're rolling your head. You're supposed to roll your eyes.
And my eyes are where? Exactly.
And he was off. Ready to roll, baby. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things? We don't celebrate our heroes enough in this country. So many of our heroes, we chastise them. We bring them down. It's jealousy, it's hatred, umona. Heroes that we don't acknowledge. Greats. After Nelson Mandela, we always go, nobody else can live up to that. Yeah, but there's small levels of greatness. You don't even have to look far. For instance, our great sign language interpreter. Tamsanga. Yankees. The man who made it all happen. Huh? He was there at Nelson Mandela's memorial service. A service that the whole world was watching. And because of that, the service was translated to everyone all over the world. Translated into all languages, including sign language. And so Yankees was there translating for those who didn't understand. Unfortunately, he also didn't understand sign language. Which is a small problem. A problem that he didn't let stop him, people. Where others see obstacles, he saw an opportunity. People go, he's a con man. He's a bloody, how could he do something so deceitful? Yeah, you gotta go, how could he do something so deceitful? That man Yankees showed something so powerful. He's a role model to the children. Because he showed that you shouldn't listen to what people say you can or cannot do. If you believe in yourself and you work hard enough, anything is possible. People told him his whole life, they're like, Yankees, you can't do sign language. He was like, we'll see about that. Bitches. And he did it. He did sign language for the most powerful people in the world. Every single one of them, Yankees, was on that stage doing it and doing it well. Nobody even suspected him. Nobody. People were just like, he's doing his thing. People ask questions, where did he come from? Did he sneak? He didn't sneak in. He'd been the official sign language interpreter for the government for the last 5 years. Yeah, official for the last 5 years. And apparently before this, people have complained, but obviously the complaints fell on deaf ears, so nothing was done about it. And so he just carried on. And now he was here, the biggest event of his life, signing for the world. Signing, just making it up in the zone. Nobody suspected. I suspected though. I did. No, I did. Let me tell you why. No. Let me tell you why. Not because I know sign language.
but because I know my president. And if there's one thing that's specific, is when Jacob Zuma reads a speech, right? Jacob Zuma reads a speech. He's a very deliberate man. He's very calm. He's very measured. Takes his time. The rhythm is the most important thing. And Yankees didn't match his rhythm. I knew there was something wrong. You remember this. Zuma was there reading Mandela's Wikipedia page, right? And while he was reading, Yankees was doing totally different, like the rhythm was wrong. Zuma was there like, and thereafter, Nelson Mandela went to Robben Island for his imprisonment. Term and true. Fight for the rhythm didn't match, right? Zuma was on page 1, that guy was on like page 17 or something. It didn't match up at all. It's almost like Zuma was translating sign language for us. That's how slow it looked. Sorry, I haven't practiced, guys. It didn't match up. None of it. But Yankees did it. He stayed there in the face of adversity and he fought. Yeah. He did sign language for everyone. We've got to ask ourselves questions as well as South Africans. We don't ask enough questions. For instance, did nobody think to ask him how he could speak every single language in the world? Every leader came from countries everywhere. They spoke in their language. Yankees translated for everyone. Did nobody stop to ask, even for a second? The president of Brazil is standing up there. Nelson Mandela está bem. Mas de você, de casa, do gosto muito, pelado que estava pesado. Yankees was there. Did no one say, hey Yankees, you can speak Portuguese? I'm in the zone, Baba, I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone. Did nobody think to ask? He did sign language for everyone. The ambassador of China was up there. 가도시, 전도이 넬슨 만델라. 다도 입시fu, 다도 신주의 공부로 바도시. Yankees was there on the side. He just made it up. He made everything up. And he did a great job at it. He did a great job. But then, like a true South African, he just took it too far. Enough wasn't enough. That's our problem in South Africa. That's all it is. We don't know when to stop. We take it too far. The same thing happens with tenders, all of these things. Guys are stealing houses and everything. I go, guys, I understand you want to steal. I understand that. I understand. But if you get a tender to build 10 houses, steal 1, build 9. At least 9 people have houses. Don't steal all the houses. Somebody's going to notice. And then you can't steal more houses. But no, we want it all in South Africa. We're taking one step too far. That's what Yankees did. He had done it for everyone. He'd done a great job. The best fake sign language the world had ever seen. He had gotten away with it too, until Barack Obama came up to speak. This was a speech that was going to be performed by the most powerful man in the free world. 90 million people watching that speech. This, my friends, is the point where you pack up your little bag of tricks and you call it a day. Not Yankees. If I was Yankees, that's where I would have called it quits. I say, hey, Yankees, next one. Who is it? Barack Obama. The whole world is watching this one. I know, sorry guys, sorry. Sorry, hey, my fingers are crimping. I've lost my voice, sorry. Oh, no, not Yankees. They're like, Barack, he's like, I'm there. And he was. Doing sign language for Barack Obama. And they found out that while he was doing the sign language, he kept on using the same signs over and over again, right? The few real signs that he actually knew. And apparently all he knew was four things that he kept on doing repeatedly. And those things, they asked afterwards, real sign language interpreters, they found that he was doing this, right? Which means greetings, yeah? Greetings, he kept on doing that. Another one he loved doing was circle, yeah? Yeah, circle. One of his favorites was smoking, yeah? And every now and again he'd go, get a little bit of that. That's all he did, over and over again. Can you imagine that? Nelson Mandela's memorial, Barack Obama pouring his heart out. There he is, Barack Hussein Obama. And Yankees.
As Americans, Nelson Mandela's a man that showed that through peace, you could free not only the prisoner, but also the guard. Nelson Mandela's a man, he's beyond a man, he's a legacy. A legacy I could never aspire to be, but we can all look towards. And for me, Nelson Mandela showed that sometimes in life, you gotta go the hard way. You gotta say the things that matter. And always remember to do what counts. I could never be Nelson Mandela. Can you imagine how horrible it must have been for every single deaf person watching that speech? Imagine what it must have been like as a deaf person watching that at home, sitting there. That must have been the craziest thing they've ever seen in their lives. Deaf people just watching going, hello? Hello? What? Why is he talking about smoking? Why is he talking about smoking? Talk about Nelson Mandela. I'm talking about, talk about Nelson Mandela. What's wrong? Why is he talking about, what? Hello? Why did he? This is the worst speech ever. There's something wrong with this guy. Barack has a smoking problem. What the hell? Talk about Mandela. This guy, what's wrong with him? This is the worst speech. I can't listen anymore. This is horrible. This is horrible. Tell me when it's finished. I can't do this, man. That speech must have been ridiculous. By the way, that's only the second time I've ever told a joke about deaf people, ever. Only the second time. Told one joke when I was starting out in comedy and then I stopped because I believed you shouldn't make jokes about disabled people. It's the wrong thing to do. It's wrong, you know. And I never did it again until one day my life changed. I got asked to do a show in Sun City. I was asked to do a show. Sasol was organizing a going away party for the South African Paralympic team when they were going out to London. And so they invited me. They said, Trevor, we'd like you to come and do a show to perform for Ama Kroko Kroko. We'd like... Oh, you forgot. You forgot that that's the name we gave our Paralympic team. Not a nickname. That was our official name. We had Ama Pogo Pogo, Bafana Bafana, and Ama Kroko Kroko. We called our Paralympic athletes Ama Kroko Kroko, which means the broken things. A bunch of crocs. That is the worst thing you can call a disabled person ever. Ama Kroko Kroko. That is what we call. You got Ama Kroko. That's probably what Reva said to Oscar that night. That's the only thing I can think of. Don't you call Ama Kroko Kroko? Ah! Ama. So anyway, I was doing a show for Ama Kroko Kroko, right? And because I'm there, I did no jokes about disabled people or anything that could be seen as offensive. I did nothing like that. And after the show, I was meeting some of the guys. Everything went well. And one of the athletes came up to me, and I'll never forget this till the day I die. He came up to me, and he was partially deaf. And he introduced himself, and he was a fan, a great fan. And he was like, hey, Trevor, hey, man, how are you? I
I said, hey, how you doing, buddy? How are you? Good to meet you. Good. He said, yeah, man, great to meet you. Great to meet you. I'm a big fan. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. He said, yeah, dude, I love your stuff. You know what? You should have subtitles because, you know, sometimes I don't get it. Because I'm partially deaf. I was like, oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I didn't even know. I just thought you had an accent. That's cool, man. That's nice to meet you. He said, yeah, that's cool, man. I didn't have a question if you don't mind. I said, yeah, go ahead. He said, how come you never tell jokes about deaf people? So I'm sorry, what? I don't tell jokes about deaf people. He said, yeah, how come you never tell jokes about deaf people? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you tell jokes about everyone. Tall people, short people, black, white, everyone. But I've never heard you tell a joke about deaf people. Why? So you've never heard me tell a joke about deaf people? Yeah. No, man, not like that, you stupid. No, man, you're an idiot. I said, no, dude, I don't know. I don't make jokes about deaf people. He said, yeah, why not? I was like, because I shouldn't make jokes about deaf people, because if I did that, then deaf people would be hurt and they would be offended. Why would we be hurt? It's not like we don't know we're deaf. So I thought I was protecting you. Protecting us from what? From nothing. We also want jokes. We deaf. Yeah, we know we're different, but we still want the same things. I was like, yeah, but you know what's funny is you say I must make jokes, right? But even if you're cool with it, you know who will complain? People who can hear. Yeah, they'll complain on your behalf because that's what people do. They get offended for other people. They'll be the ones going, oh, Trevor Noah's an asshole. He made jokes about deaf people. You're like, so? Why do you care? I said, because it hurts. It hurts. He's like, dude, you're a comedian. Suck it up. Hey, it's easy for you. No, dude, just make the joke. If the jokes are funny, people will laugh and then we move on. I was like, yeah, you know what? You say that. But then what do I do if they complain? He's like, dude, if they complain, then complain. Okay, you know what? Go do the joke. Go do the jokes. And then, if they complain, you must do what I do. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, just don't listen.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
And I get it. If you liked Trump, voted for him, and you were happy with him, that also makes sense to me. But there were people who voted for him, and then when he did what he did, they were like, I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe, well, I'm sorry, what can you not believe? Where have you been for the last ever? Huh? I didn't think that he would, you didn't think he would what? You didn't think he would what? Be him? There's no surprises with Donald Trump. That man didn't change, he didn't evolve, he is who he, what do you mean you're surprised? I just thought he would be a better president. Why? What gave you that inclination? The man is a cartoon villain. He looks like he belongs in an episode of Scooby-Doo. Like, he should be in that lineup. You know when the gang is trying to figure out who it is, and they've got them all lined up, and they're like, who is it, Scoob? Who do you think it is? And there's always like the guys are like, it's not me, I promise you that much. He's like, I didn't do it, it wasn't me. And he's like, I'm innocent, so innocent. Some say the most innocent person who's ever lived. You'd be like, yo, nothing is that guy. Nothing about him doesn't scream villain. The hair, the face, the way he speaks. How did people vote for him? I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I do. You know, I don't understand it. Maybe I don't understand it. Because I do know why people voted for Trump, right? It's the reason Americans vote for any president. You know, I've learned in this country, people love to vote for presidents who have a strange voice. I've never particularly understood it, but it's a trend that I've noticed. If you run for president in this country and you have a normal speaking voice, you don't get anywhere. Yeah, you don't. You just come out, you're like, hey everybody, these are my policies. People are like, boo, no way. But if you have a strange voice, you win. It doesn't matter what your policies are, it doesn't matter what you talk about, just have a real weird voice and you're done. No American president has had a normal speaking voice, none. Go back as far as you want. From the very beginning of recordings of US presidents, there is none. None of them sound normal. I don't care how far back you go. John F. Kennedy, he didn't speak normally. He had that thing that he was going to do with his voice. I'm sorry, nobody talks like that. I don't care what you say. Nobody. So you telling me that man was standing in McDonald's like, could I please get a number one with a large fries? And one McFlurry, please. What do you mean the ice cream machine is broken? That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. No American president spoke normally. None. None. Bill Clinton, he didn't speak normally. He just did that thing with his voice, like he's trying to seduce people. He's like, oh no, have sexual relations. That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody. George Bush, he didn't speak normally. He did that weird thing where he was like speaking out of the side of his mouth, like, we're gonna find the people that did this. And then we're gonna blow up a totally different country. Fool me once. That's not normal. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody. Barack Obama, he didn't speak normally. He always did that thing where his voice sounded like it was buffering. As Americans, we're gonna try to get a faster internet. That's not normal. Joe Biden, he doesn't speak normally. He always does that weird mumbling thing. I don't even know what it is. Most important thing is the conscience and get No, I'm serious. Come on, man. Come on. Let's find this Negroes and this pen in my husband, man. Come on. Oh, but I'm serious. Come on, man. What? But Trump was the weirdest voice. His voice had no rhyme or reason. That's what gets me. It's like I never know where it's going to be and why it's going to be there. Like, just even his intonation. Do you know how hard it was to figure out where to put the volume on my TV when he was giving a speech? Because you never knew. It was always high, it was low. You didn't know when it would happen. I would set the volume, put the remote control down. He would speak. And I know in this country, so many, and so many, and so many of them, there's so many have come. And I asked, why are they sugar baby? Then there's a good pussy little baby. And it's coming out of the shower. But it won't come out of the shower. So then, so strange. Sitting there at home trying to ride the volume like a terrible DJ. It wasn't normal. Sitting there the whole time. I had to like watch the whole with the remote in my hand, just like, oh, not too loud, not too soft, not too loud, not too soft. Reminded me of when I'd be watching porn as a kid. Yeah, did that ever happen to you? Like when I was a kid, I would try and watch porn at home. So it was always random, right? Like we didn't have ready access to porn when I was growing up. If you're old enough, you know what I'm talking about here, right? Because now there's just porn everywhere. There's a crazy world. Too much porn, if you ask me. No, I think like porn is fine. It's good for people to watch porn, enjoy yourself, have a good time. But now there's too much porn. It's available all the time. I think it's messing with young men's brains. You know, it really is, because like they watch porn and then they go like, this is real life, but it's not real life. You know, and they get their minds warped. They're just like, oh yeah, you just walk up to a woman and like, no, because internet porn is like that. You just click and you just jump straight into it. You know, like when I was young, porn had a storyline. You know, like the person was going to go somewhere for some reason, and they would talk, and then the sex would happen. Do you get what I'm saying? It was really important. It taught me many valuable lessons in life. Yeah, there'd be like some woman working in like her kitchen, and then like a tap would burst and spray water all over her tight shirt. And she'd be like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Water's everywhere. And the doorbell would ring, bing bong. I wonder who it could be, come on in. The door would open, there'd be a plumber. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm a plumber. I'd be sitting at home like, wow, that's great customer
customer service. How did you know? He would come in and he would fix everything. He'd be like, we're all done here, ma'am. Is there anything else I can do for you? She'd be like, well, now that you mention it. And then the music would start. And then they would get it on. They would get into it and be like, yeah, you want it, baby. Give it to me, darling. You want it. Clean your pipes. Clean those pipes, baby. And that porn was healthy for me. It taught me lessons about life. It made me realize there was a story involved in meeting a woman and having sex. I would have to engage her. I'd have to speak to her. You know, I understood this. I realized that the music would set the mood. It also taught me about consent. Do you want it, baby? Give it to me, darling. Do you want it, baby? Give it to me, darling. Most importantly, it taught me if I wanted to have sex with a woman, I was going to need to get a job. Valuable lessons that are now lost. Because of this internet instant porn. You just click on a video, any video you want, anytime, it's ready. You just type in porn, anything, any category as well. Type in porn, anal, bam, category. You can't just jump into anal. Do you know how crazy that is? It's gonna be like your birthday or something, you know? And that's what I think is creating a lot of these kids, these young boys who are angry. They watch porn with no storyline, no context. The people don't talk to each other. It's just sex. And then they meet women in real life, and then they're like, and they're like, what are you talking about? Like, why doesn't she like me? I think there should be a law. There should be a law. There's like only a certain amount of porn that you can watch on any given day, or they should make porn a little more realistic. That's what they should do, you know? Because young guys get angry. They get angry. They meet women in real life, and they do the porn thing. They're like, oh, you want me? She's like, no, thank you. He's like, I'm gonna shoot somebody. Yeah, they lose their minds. They become incels. They become no. They should say, not all porn has a good ending. That's what they should do. Yeah? Because then, when the kids watch the porn, they'll start to understand a little bit more about life. You know, they'll click on the porn, and then like someone will be there, and it'll be like, you know, it'll be like, oh, stepdad walks in on stepdaughter getting dressed, and they'll click on it, and then, you know, the girl will be there, and she'll be like, oh, stepdad, and you'll be like, yeah, you look good, and she'll be like, you're a creep, get out. And I'm gonna tell my mom, and she's divorcing you. This shit is over. End of porn. People are like, oh, I guess I shouldn't do that. Always used to be. I used to love watching porn at home. It was always a treat as well. Because when I was growing up, there was no internet that you could just watch porn on. Right? And porn would sometimes come on TV in South Africa. It was really strange. Really strange. Like 3 times a year, they would randomly play porn on like national broadcast TV. But it would be at midnight, and they wouldn't advertise it. So in the TV guide, there would be a little book you would get at home that would tell you what was coming. But then it would be like 10 p.m. movie, and then it would be like midnight news, and then right after midnight it would be like to be announced. And to be announced could be anything. Yeah, it could be a replay of sports, it could be an old movie, and it could be porn. And every night, every weekend, I would sit there, little 12-year-old me, and watch a movie with my mom, and then we'd be finally done, you know, and she'd fall asleep, and I'd be like, Mom, you gotta go to bed. She'd be like, oh, are we going? I'd be like, no, you go. I'm gonna see if there's another movie. She'd be like, okay, but don't stay up too late. I'd be like, no, unless something gets me up. I won't. Go. She'd go to the bedroom. And the bedroom was right there. We had a tiny house. And then the porn would come on. And those days, I remember it was like hitting the jackpot. So I'd sit there and like, come on. And the sign would flash. And the screen would like 21. Like, this movie is not suitable for children under the age of 21. All minors must now leave the room. And I'll be like, okay. I'm leaving. Sit there on that couch excited. And for some reason, whoever made the porn back then also designed Donald Trump's voice, because you never knew what the volume was going to be. It would just randomly jump up and down. Like, you could never hear the dialogue. The dialogue was always too low. You'd be watching the movie and be like... Keep careful how it happens. I'll be like, what? I can't hear what they're saying. I need to know what's happening. The plot is the most important part. No, what are they saying? More volume, more volume. And then I'll max out the volume. Max volume. I changed the channel to National Geographic. My mom would come flying in the room. What's happening here, Trevor? What's happening here? I'll be like, oh, nothing, Mommy. I'll just be sitting there with a pillow on my lap. There's nothing, Mommy. What was that sound? I'll be like, it's the hyenas. They're fighting the lions. She'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was something else. Okay. Don't stay up too late. I'll be like, no. Okay, good night, Mommy. Good night. And she'd leave. I'd be there, my heart pounding. It would just be me and Richard Attenborough. Just sitting in the room, that voice. The young boy sits in his room, having successfully evaded his mother's questions. The lies have worked, and he will live to fight another day. This is the circle of life. Yo, OC, you guys are having fun tonight, man. Thanks for coming out, guys. Drive safe out there. I appreciate you for coming back. If you held on to the tickets, if you knew at the show, thank you so much for being here with us. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you.